What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. This time I am taking a look at our boy DSP's podcast where he invented a new job for his den heads. So apparently now our boy DSP is going to create a new segment. He doesn't know what to call it, but I'm calling it the least worst moment of the week. Let's get into the video.
All right. And I don't necessarily know if I want to call it a certain thing or not. I think maybe it makes more sense to not have a specific name for it. All right. But here's the deal. Here's the idea. Let me toss it out there. Okay. Earlier this week, well, about a week ago now, I would say, I started with YouTube Shorts. Okay. And right now, the things that I'm using YouTube Shorts for are my daily short schedule. At the end of every day, I just abridge my schedule and tell you what it's going to be for the next day, essentially. And anything silly in between. Like, for example, I did a highlight of Jasper jumping into my chair yesterday, not moving and not wanting me to play Earthbound. Right? That was pretty funny. So every once in a while, I would like to do something like that. Okay? But one thing that I would like to do that maybe could end up being quite interesting for the channel. Okay? I would like to do a weekly highlight short. Now, what that means is that what I would like to do is try to figure out what was the best or most interesting or funniest moment that happened in my entire week of streaming that I can highlight as a YouTube short on my day off. Because I feel like on my day off, obviously when I'm not streaming, that's a day when typically people are not going to be coming to the channel, right? So that's a good time to put out a short highlighting the best moment of the previous week. And then people will be like, oh, I want to see that moment. And maybe they'll head over and watch some videos or whatever. You see? I think it's a good way to emphasize what's happening here in a week's time frame. Now, here's the thing. I need your help with this. Because in any given week, I'm here typically 6 days on average. This week, it was only a 5-day streaming week. But some weeks, I'm even here 7 days straight. And it can be tough for me to keep track of everything that I did during that week. And in particularly, to figure out what was like one of the best moments. Now, last week, it was actually kind of easy because I caught the record biggest fish I'd ever seen in Bassmaster Fishing 2022. And I said, on a whim, on my day off, had some time to kill. And I was like, this is the perfect time to jump in and make that highlight and do a little short of it and see how it does. And by the way, it did tremendously well. It got tons of views, and I'm sure people probably came and checked out the channel as a result. Okay? So, my question to you, the viewer, is what was the most interesting moment that happened on DSP Gaming this week? And you know what? It might not have happened yet, because today I'm still playing Earthbound, and tonight we got Disney Dreamlight Valley, right? So, what I need is your recommendations on what do you think was the best moment of the week. All right, if you could tell me what you think right now in the stream chat over the course of this pre-stream, but in particular if you're watching this on demand, maybe you watch the podcast at your own leisure after the fact, I would love to know in video comments. So basically what I'm going to do this every single end of the week, the final consecutive streaming day on the podcast. I'm going to remind everyone, hey guys, today's the day. Give me your feedback. What do you think was the best highlight of the week? What was the coolest thing that happened? And then I'll take all your feedback in, and then I will do a short on my day off. All right? So let's see how it goes.
I thought you were too busy, you didn't have enough time to spend with your family, with your cat and your horse and your wife or whoever, and you complain all the time that you don't have enough time, and yet you're going to work on your day off again. For what? To post the least crappiest moment of your week? That's essentially what you're going to do. And the worst part about it is you're not even doing it yourself. You're getting your den heads to do all the work for you. Scouring through all the countless hours of boring gameplay. You're going to get your den heads to do it. And yet give them nothing in return, right? Good Lord.
I've already gotten some suggestions. The final mission in Saints Row, and maybe what it could be is, remember how I beat that final mission where it was like down to the wire, my car was on fire, driving it into the Forgive and Forget, and I passed the mission, and then the car blows up anyway, but I passed the mission? That could be a pretty good highlight, I feel. That could be pretty good. All right, I agree there. Yeah. But not just that, it could be anything. So some people are already saying, what about multiverses? Well, here's the thing. you got to tell me what happened in Multiverses that you thought was good last night. You know, I was playing all night, and here's a great way to do it. Leave a comment with a timestamp. Either leave a comment on the video itself with the timestamp or on this podcast. But hey, if you're watching a video back on my channel and you say, oh, I want to highlight this as the best moment of the week, Phil, check out this timestamp, and then put the timestamp in the comment you're leaving on the video. That makes it easy for me, because I'll read your comment.
It makes it easy for me, yes. Do all the work for me so that I can get all the benefit.
Prove it, click it, watch it, and say, ah, that's a good candidate. You see? That's a great way to do it. So, either casually on the stream if you want to tell me what you think is the highlight of the week, or leave a comment on the specific video that you think is the highlight of the week with a timestamp. And that would work out well, all right? I'd like to keep this going now, get this going. We used to do stuff like this. If you didn't know, I used to have countdowns at the end of the year, best moments of the year, and people would constantly be submitting their favorite moments on my forums. It used to be thekingofhate.com. Now it's dspgaming.com. And you know, that was great, but that kind of went into, just faded away over time. People just kind of stopped caring about it and stopped doing that. So I really don't have that stuff to draw upon anymore. So, again, either on a stream, if you want to tell me what you thought was your favorite moment of the week, or actually leaving a direct comment on the video in question with a timestamp so I can easily find it as I approve comments, that would help tremendously. And then what I will do is likely tomorrow on my day off, review all that and put out a highlight of what you guys thought was the best moment of the week. It doesn't necessarily have to be gameplay, but at the very same time, gameplay is probably going to be the vast majority of highlights. Let's be honest here. How often does something so crazy happen outside of the gameplay? I don't know. Maybe there will be a week when there's a crazy rant or something that happens on a podcast
The incident.
that you're interested in. But I think really it's going to be the gameplay that gets the highlights, right? So, cool. I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be something cool for the channel. It'll bring new eyes to the channel, but also it'll be a way, maybe you haven't been watching everything all week, to say, oh, I missed that. Oh, I should go check that out. That looks pretty funny, right? So there you go. Now, and this is going to be this week right now that just happened, the last 5 days, including today. Something very well could happen today on a stream that you think is the best moment of the week, okay?
Alright, so not only does Phil require his den heads to give him large amounts of money and prop up his expenditures and his life, he now has jobs for them. So it's like having a part-time job, being a viewer of Phil. You know, essentially it's like having a part-time job. You have to work to make money to give him money, and now he's having you doing chores. So essentially now Phil wants you to do all the work so that he can simply just look it up real quick, post a quick 60-second short, and maybe get some viewers to his channel. So all the benefit with no work. Sounds like a Phil's plan. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.